my goodness, welcome back. We're going to do a reaction video to Rico's videos that says, I fixed Maliss's consistency. Now, I haven't been playing Maliss lately. I am going to be playing in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. I will vlog it. I'm thinking I'm going to play Fairy Tale Magicians just because that's what I've been practicing, but I am debating maybe playing Maliss. Honestly, watching this video with 2 days to go for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Day, thinking about like, well, my biggest issue with playing Maliss right now is the fact that it be brickin'. And if you watched Rico v. Sam in the YCS, you saw that game 3 was literally just, he didn't. Sometimes you play Maliss and you're like, am I playing Maliss or am I playing Hand Traps EX? Like, what am I playing? So anyway, let's go ahead and see it. How did he fix it? Is it actually fixed? Time will tell. Okay, he's about to call us gooners. And Rico, if you ever watch this, love the content, love what you're doing. Could we have like gooners and gals? Like those of us who don't identify as...
What is up, gooners? Maliss is suffering from consistency issues. We all know that. Sometimes it is hard, some tournaments you break more, some tournaments you break less. For example, I played YCS Columbus in Ohio with overall 7 bricks, like 7 games. I did not see a single Maliss card.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious that he also brought that up because literally that's what I'm saying. Like I'm watching him play and I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss my girls. I miss my girls. But then I'm like, oh, he bricked against Sam. So 7 games of like bricks. I don't think losing one white rabbit was necessarily the nail in that coffin. I think already only having 1 dormouse, having white rabbit at 2, like, but losing that other one, it was like, well, oh my gosh. If you look at a deck list, and again, I think you should play Maliss. I love Maliss. I still like playing Maliss. If you look at a deck list and you count how many Maliss names are in there, you're like, oh, this isn't a lot in comparison to others.
Maybe I saw a trap. Sometimes I just saw a trap, but we all know that a trap alone doesn't play. Maliss does not have a whole lot of 1-card combos. It's never been a 1-card combo deck. I mean, it was when it first came out because we had Dormouse, White Rabbit, and Field Spell, Gold Sark, Terraforming. That was 11 1-card combos immediately. We even had like the what's it called? AI Meet You. That was a 1-card combo, but
was Gold Sark at 3 and Terraforming used to be at 3? Never. They were never. My assistant was shaking his head no, and then he went. At one point were they at 3? Was there a world where you were playing Maliss at 3 Dormouse, 3 Terraforming, 3 Gold Sark? No, that was never a thing. We should make it a thing. I vote we just like make Maliss as powerful as possible for 1 month. Give us 1 month. And then we can go back to what it is now.
As of right now, there is no real, there's not a lot of 1-card combos. We have 1 Dormouse, we have 1 White Rabbit, we have the Field Spells, Terraforming, and Gold Sark that are semi 1-card combos, like 1.5-card combos. So we still have 6 1.5-card combos, are like, yeah, 6 cards that almost play by themselves, but it is still not a whole lot. And we all know that it can sometimes be very difficult, very challenging to be able to find into place if we don't see like the extenders, like the starter and extender or the card combinations we need. So I was going in I was sitting there, I was like, what can I do? What can I do to make it more consistent? I mean, I've seen people play Cyanide Mining, but I just don't want to play Cyanide Mining. It is so bad into Ash Blossom and like a whole...
Don't play Cyanide Mining. If it gets to the point where we have to play Cyanide Mining, we might have to, a million years of Maliss, we might have to hang it up. I'm gonna put Cyanide Mining up if you don't know what it does. And if you read that and you're like, that sounds good. For what Maliss does and the fact that if that's your starter, take it from someone who's currently playing a deck that kind of dies to Ash. Like if all I have is normal summon Luna and you Ash it, that's not where we want to be with Maliss.
A bunch of other cards that interact with it. You just waste a card for a cost, meaning, of course, it can be nice if you can discard like a Maliss name, you will then banish with the Bestial, but if you have a Maliss name and a Bestial, you're playing already. However, on the other hand, if you are just discarding a card, you get ashed, the opponent has a 1-for-2 trade every single time. They want to do it. They want to trade with your cards better.
Is that a cat? Does Rico have a cat or is that a dog back there? Sorry, it's in the bottom left. There looks to be a small animal.
Then yeah, better than a one-for-one trade, of course. And it's just so risky and so annoying if you get ashed on silent mining. So for me, it was never silent mining. I mean, I have a board breaking build where I would just wanted to increase consistency, and there I'm playing silent mining just to try it out. But I haven't tried it out enough yet, so I want to publish the build. But I was sitting there and I was like, what other cards can I use to get consistency in? Then I remember that one card. It's a cool card. I was never really like the biggest fan of it because it was always played in decks that had like severe consistency issues, and they did not really fix consistency.
Mitsu Maliss. What card could he be talking about? Yu-Gi-Oh! Assistant. What card could he be talking about that fixes consistency issues? We don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Because it just made everything a bit weirder. However, in Malice specifically, I can see it. I can see it being played, and yeah, I will just show you what the goo is that fixes consistency, in my opinion, or that can fix consistency. You just immediately go from 6 1-card starters to 9. You could even play a 10th 1-card starter if you want to, if you really want to. And I just built it to more of a hand trap heavy deck. So in this version of the deck, I just have 19 hand traps in my deck. I could even go higher because I'm still playing 3 Bestials. I can also just cut the Ball Drake, so I'm at even more like real hand traps. But without further ado, let me show you what I cooked for you. So to fix Malice consistency, to add more 1-card starters, to add some cards that just single-handedly get...
That's so funny. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the red one. That one, I do remember reading it and being like, oh, that sounds good-ish. Hold on, let me take this in. Let me take this in here for a second. Let me make myself a little smaller so you can make sure you can see all of it. Okay, so let's count Malice names. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and you're only playing, granted, I also thought about only playing 2 hairs because it's not the best one to draw, but it's even less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 7 Malice names. Backup Agnister is, again, it's a starter though that is very susceptible to just getting hand trapped. Okay, I'm gonna hear him out on, I don't know what this... Wait, Small World? Isn't this the one that when you read it, it doesn't make any sense? Reveal 1 monster in your hand, choose 1 monster in your deck, that's exactly one of the same, and banish the... I'm gonna let him speak. I'll let him speak.
You play. I came to the idea of Small World. Small World on the first glimpse, I mean, it sounds weird. Like, why would you want to waste a card in your hand on like another monster to be able to play? First of all, it is not banished for cost. Second of all, you do not even have to reveal for cost. You just activate it. If the opponent has an Ash Blossom, they probably ash it. If they don't ash it, then you can just search Dormouse with every single monster you have in your deck. I'm playing 22 monsters. 21 of those are not Dormouse, obviously. And every monster of those 21 can get you to Dormouse. So the way it works, if you have any of those Malice names, of course you don't want to use White Rabbit for it. Sometimes maybe you want to use a Martyr or a Jessica if you're like very desperate and it's the only way to play. Martyr, since it's a dark, will reveal the DD Crow, or in my opinion even better Shifter, because Shifter is the worst card to draw at that point since it's a dark, and then it gets you back into the dark of Dormouse. So like all of those, including them, will get you to Dormouse, since they have the only similarity to Shifter is being dark, and Shifter to Dormouse is only being dark as well. So we have covered all these Cybers monsters. The Bestials the same. Bestials don't work with Shifter, unfortunately, because they both are level 6, but you can go with DD Crow. That's why DD Crow is there. You could also play Skullmeister, but Skullmeister, in my opinion, is a bit worse, since I wanted to have the Effect Veiler just to add more hand traps to be able to use with this the DD Crow as well. Since Effect Veiler is a level 1, The only thing it has common with DD Crow is being in level 1, and DD Crow to Dormouse is being a dark. And the good thing is, Small World does not only get you to Dormouse, it gets you to much more. If you have like the Dormouse already, you can get a Marcher, you can get an Extender, you can get a backup Ignister, because they all have the same thing, they are just dark. If you have more engine and you just want to grab a Bestial to fall like against certain matchups, you can also do that through the DD Crow. Veiler reveal DD Crow, get you into a Bestial, works every single time. Next, we have Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So you see the Achichi Ignister here. You might wonder, why is this guy there? So the reason this is there is I wanted to have a bridge for Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom being a fire, Achichi.
Okay, maybe I'm just being the rain on this parade. Okay, so you are increasing the odds of drawing something that you can start with. I see that. But you're also having to add in the Achichi, the DD Crow. I guess we're already running this shifter. Like, it just, what if you draw DD Crow, the Achichi, an Ash, a Veiler, and an Imperm? Like, I think this, because even when he said it earlier, and it's like, I'm running 19 hand traps. It's like, I think that's part of the consistency issue, is that, I don't know if this fixes the consistency. I feel like it does give you a way to get into stuff. Is it fixed? Not really, because I can see so many hands that you could draw where you're like, that's not gonna do anything. There's like, right, the traps are awful to draw if you don't, like, we're assuming like you're not gonna draw a name, right? Just drawing the traps is awful. Honestly, starting with Underground, your opponent tends to read that as being like, you probably don't have anything, so a starter, not a great one. I mean, I see the vision. Do I think this fixes the consistency problem? I would want to have, let's send Rico out into the world. Let's go to a locals. Let's send him out with this and see, and have him report back. Do I feel like I understand what that card does, Small World does, enough to go test it? No. I'm gonna stick with the luck of the gods, and either I brick or I don't. And that's the fun of playing Maliss, kids, is that you either brick or you don't. And when you don't, it's pretty good.
Being a fire, and then Achichi and Dormouse, they work together because they both are cybers. So voila, you get your Dormouse, you get your backup, you get your Chessy Cat or Marcher, whatever you want to, through the Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. And the cool thing, it also works reverse. If you're at the end of your combo and you still have a Small World in your hand, you can activate Small World, reveal like a spare Chessy Cat. You just drew Chessy Cat within your combo. You go Chessy, reveal Achichi, search an Ash Blossom. So you just search an Ash Blossom you can back up your board with, and yeah, make it so much harder for the opponent to be able to kill you. If you have an Ash Blossom already, you can just Chessy, reveal DD Crow, go for Effect Veiler. You have another additional Effect Veiler, one more interruption in the opponent's turn. Instead of what you for sure have experienced a lot if you played Maliss, you draw cards with Heat Soul, you draw a card with Chessy Cat, draw cards with Veil of Darkness. Sometimes those cards, they do not have the greatest quality because sometimes they're just simply there and you're like, what do I want with them? Now I have three more engine cards in my hand I can't use. I like do Chessy Cats.
He's playing 2 Allures. I just noticed that. Which I feel like that's, I know he's trying to keep it at 40. I would not cut out the 3rd Allure. Literally for the reason he just said of, I think what makes Maliss still playable and good is Chessy draw, Allure draw. I did change my deck up to do Heat Soul. I wasn't doing Heat Soul for a while. I would not cut out one of the Allures though, because I think that's actually one of your better, I mean, it's still luck based, yeah, but it at least gets you a lot of cards in hand, which tends to, I mean, the more cards you have, the better you tend to do, unless you don't have a dark monster and then you have to banish your whole hand, which has happened to me. That's just the unfortunate part.
My hand and I can't use them, they're just sitting there, but you might have a Small World with it. So if you draw cards in this deck, it either is a non-engine card or it is one of these, which are yeah, not that unlikely to be paired with the small world, and therefore if you pair any monster with the small world, you can get a non-engine of almost your choice, which is pretty cool. Achichi itself, for those who don't know what it does, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 level 4 or lower, adding this monster from the deck to your hand, except Achichi. And the graveyard effect can come up, but it's not that relevant. If at the start of the damage step, when your Cyber's monster battles, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy that monster you control. I haven't really had it come up yet. The only thing I could see it is if you play against Terminus, this card, because this card says at the start of the damage step, if your power patron monster battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, banish that opponent's monster face down. You don't want that to happen. You might have an Achichi engrave. You just banish Achichi, pop your monster. Because it's a damage step, you won't get a replay. Sometimes it even prevents you damage if you have like a Lingerybone board and they want to beat over a Lingerybone with a big monster that maybe go for a game, maybe inflict a whole lot of damage. You can just use the Achichi to pop your own monster. It's a damage step. They won't get a replay. Or just simply, if Terminus is used, you can chain the Achichi to be able to protect your monster, not make it banished face down. So this is like the idea of it. Imperms I just have in here because I couldn't figure out more hand traps that pair well. The only thing, I would have loved to play Ghost Ogre in a big heavy hand trap deck, but then Ghost Ogre gets a little bit worse again because I don't have like too many negates with it. But Ghost Ogre is still a cool card and very good non-engine for sure. However, I did not find a strong correlation within those cards. I mean, Ghost Ogre being
I don't know if he's going to talk about it, but it does bring up the point of like, so when you're siding, do you have to consider, do you side out Small World? Because it's like, if you're siding in these hand traps that he has on the side and you're not considering Small World, you could end up just with like a super dead hand. Like then it just becomes a brick. Because that's the thing that I think is risky about this, is it very much does require you to have the way to get into like the Malice names or the Bistros or whatever you're trying to get into. I don't hate it. Am I going to personally try it? No. I am a little wary of stuff that seems gimmicky. I think it's just a lesson I've learned from playing over the past year, because I'll read cards and be like, oh, that sounds super cool. And like, I've tried it. I've been hard-headed about like, no, this is super cool. And then you kind of realize why stuff like that isn't more played. Because it requires, it takes like the power out of like your own decision making. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's more like you're playing into a gimmick, and like it can work until it doesn't, and it doesn't add a lot of value to the deck other than just to do like the one thing. It feels a little gimmicky. I would love if he tests it. I might be completely wrong. Like I mean, this man played in YCS Columbus. Like, I don't know. This might be the fix. I will completely agree that consistency is an issue with Malice, and sometimes you be bricking, but is Small World the answer? I don't know. I don't know if there is an answer. I think the answer is just like lean into the powerful non-engine and try to stop your opponent and hopefully be able to get a turn. But it is unfortunate to hear he had so many games that he bricked.
Hero does not really fit anything, being 1800. First, I wanted to, like, you can go Ghost Ogre into backup, but backup does not get you to Dormouse. It gets you to a Bestial, but turning a Ghost Ogre into a Bestial, I don't know if you really want that. It only gets you extension. But there's one card you could use to make it work. Is Dotscaper. I'm not the biggest fan of it. You don't really need the additional ceiling, but maybe it's something to try out. Dotscaper just works because it's a 0 attack. So
I do want to say I'm definitely raining on his parade, but I think this is like what Yu-Gi-Oh needs, and what we benefit from is having people who are willing to like cook up and try things. Because when we all just net deck and we all just copy the same list and we don't think things through, this might work, this might not. And that's kind of the point, is he's taking the time to think of something, obviously put effort into figuring out like, how can I make this be the most optimal version of what this is? My hesitation, like I said, is just I think it's just because I've heard stuff about Small World before watching this video, and it seems a little convoluted. But if things are not going to get better unless someone figures out. I don't think anyone thought that Draco Tail branded all gas, no brakes was going to win Columbus. And that's because we hadn't seen the deck list. That wasn't like a net decked. That wasn't something we were seeing everywhere. So not to fully rain on the parade. I think my own wariness comes from also the recognition that I think this is a higher skill level when you're trying to go into kind of gimmicky stuff like this. You have to have a deeper understanding and ability to like pilot it. And I could see myself messing this up. I think I'm going to stick with just the potential for bricking and maybe try to think of ways that I can try to make it more consistent for myself. But yeah, I think if we just stick to what's already out there, then we limit ourselves to the possibilities. And who knows? Maybe Small World is the next era of Maliss.
Either Ash Blossom, Veiler, or Ghost Ogre can just reveal Dotscaper because of the 0 attack. Veiler cannot because it's a level 1 and 0 attack. This is the same. Then you can Dotscaper into Dormouse because they both are cyber. So it works because of that. Is it worth to play a Dotscaper, which is not a great card on its own? I don't know. However, Dotscaper is pretty cool because you can like have a better ransom banish. You can have some more lines. You can have some more bodies at the end of your combo or within your combo, for sure. So yeah, me personally, I don't really like to play the brick in that case. But if you think, okay, you know what, I want to play Ghost Ogre because it's a cooler card or because I feel like it's very good, strong this format, then I can only tell you that Dotscaper is probably the best way to use Small World with it. Or you just simply play the Ghost Ogre and don't have a Small World target with it. That is also for sure an option. Yeah, I don't know how much I like that, since it's kind of weird if you don't have if you don't really have an extender, or like if you don't have a bridge for Ghost Ogre. But yeah, it is up to you if you want to take that risk. The chances of drawing Ghost Ogre and no other monster together with Small World are not that high, so it's not like the realist. However, I feel like if you want to play the Ghost Ogre included in your deck list, it is totally fine in the side deck, because post side you can take it in against whatever matchup you want. You could also put in Charmies post side, so yeah. Going second, almost the weird combo, which is super cool, super strong.
I'm moving us forward to see what else I like. I also do want to read Small World again. Reveal one monster in your hand. Choose one monster from your deck that has exactly one of the same, and banish the revealed monster from your hand face down. Then add from the deck to your hand one monster that has exactly one of the same type as the okay. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see it in testing. I think the idea is there. I understand the logic of it. I also understand the frustration on a much smaller scale, because it's not like, I don't know, I brick at a locals that I randomly go to. Like, yeah, it's frustrating, but I think if Maliss is going to still have a lot of high competitive play, there needs to be some type of consistency fix. Maybe, question mark. I don't know, man. I think sometimes, is it fully broke? Does it need to be fixed? That's kind of the question. I understand that, yeah, it'd be brickin'. It do be brickin'. Is Small World the answer to that?
Mint
I mean,
is still
he definitely thought it
$15 a
out.
month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the
Gotta watch ads. I'm broke.
In your deck. So yeah, definitely worth a try. I hope you do it. I can only advise you to give it a try, and yeah, I would say stay tuned for more. If I find more consistency cards or more spice for the Maliss deck profiles or for the Maliss decks, I will for sure let you know. So this was the video for today. I hope you guys like this idea. Let me know what you think about it, or maybe you have found other ways to combo in Maliss, maybe other consistency cards, consistency ways to combo, ways to get you to a Dormouse or something. That is totally possible. Maybe I'm gonna find some other ways as well, and I'm gonna let you know for sure. However, this is basically it so far.
I like it. I like it. I don't want to yuck someone's yum. You know what I mean? Personally, am I going to try it? No. Would I love if Rico went and tried it and reported back, I think that'd be great. I would love to see how it does if other people want to try it. I do think that if you feel like there's an issue in a deck that you're playing, exactly what he did of like trying to approach and fix it. I will say one of the more irritating things is when you do hear people being like, oh, I just bricked and like blaming other stuff. And it's like, okay, like, yes, there's luck and there's bricks and there's some stuff you can't control when you're playing a game, but there is some stuff you can control and things you can do to try to make it more consistent or more fun for you or just more enjoyable. And so I do appreciate that, they're taking the time to really think through and provide us with an option. Not an option I'm planning on trying. Not an option I thought of, though, so that was very creative. I do want to get back to my Maliss roots a little bit. I'm just lost in the sauce of Fairy Tale Magisters right now. But I do want to make the deck in Omega. Maybe that's what I'll do now for funsies. Go back to my roots. I need to figure out what I'm going to play. This did not convince me to play Maliss in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Day event because I don't want to play Small World. I think that would be... it would be a lot. Also, too, I do need to practice if I'm going to do Maliss because I haven't really been playing Maliss. I played it in a locals a couple weeks ago, and I did okay considering I hadn't played it in a really long time, but I definitely felt like I don't want to say autopilot because you shouldn't be autopiloting, but you should be able to play a deck with a level where you're not having to think too hard about it, so you can actually think about game mechanics and like what your opponent might be doing. And I definitely messed up. There were some games I should have won with Maliss that I just made really dumb mistakes because I hadn't been practicing it. So might practice it. We'll see. Might try it with the Small World online. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah. Huge fan of Rico. Appreciate the content. I think it's a really innovative idea. And yeah. Alphonse is staring at me. I don't know if he wants to jump up. You want to come up, you bubbas? Why's your tongue hanging out? You look so cute. Oh my goodness, we've been blessed. Okay. See you on the next one.